welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, what I really want to discuss is the ability to get rid of any limiting beliefs. You know, a lot of people think that they can only accomplish certain amount of success. You got to let go of that. A lot of people think that, you know, once they get to a certain point in their life, certain amount of income, certain amount of health, certain amount of like relationship status, or that place that you want to be in, that this is as good as it gets. And I want to get rid of that. I want to be able to help you get rid of any of those limiting beliefs, and then just continue to feel that amazing feeling, that joy of growing. You know, most people don't understand, but growing is one of the 6 human needs. And when we grow, we actually feel really fulfilled. One thing that you have to understand, that when we are going after our goal, we're going after our want, you know, we think that we have to do it a certain way. You know, we have to go after the results that we want in a certain way. But what about if there was a different approach? You know, what about if there was a different way of doing things other than the traditional way that we see everybody around us taking and getting the results that they want? You know, let's say that you want a certain amount of success, but then, you know, what happens is your mind, because, you know, the way we are programmed to think, it's always going to take us back to how we always have done things. You know, how we are programmed to think, you know, how we are programmed to get the results that we want. But let's say we want a quantum leap, you know, to make a quantum leap in our life. To get that quantum leap result, that means that we have to get rid of all the beliefs that we have, and then do things differently. Like if you do the same action steps, then you're guaranteed similar results, if not the same. So if you want a quantum leap, then you have to do things differently. You have to take certain action steps that you have never done before, okay? And one thing that you have to understand when you're in business, you know, don't allow your current results that you're getting right now dictate your future results. You know, that's what the majority is doing. And if the majority is doing it, then you know that you're doing it wrong, because the majority is wrong, basically. You know, if 95% of the people is getting the same results year after year, day after day, months after months, until they retire, then you know that you have to do things differently. You know that you have to take different action steps to create the results that the majority is not getting. What does that look like? You know, because if you're looking at your current results, you know, what's really happening, you really have to understand that whatever we think about, that's exactly what we attract, okay? Because if you're on that frequency of, let's say, earning $5,000 per month, right? So that's all I am going to attract, because I'm thinking of, and what does a $5,000 per month earner, what do they do? How do they act? How do they behave? So what happens is you conform to this person that's earning the $5,000 per month. So you're guaranteed to get that $5,000 per month, because that's all you have known. That's the only result that you have created. So you're gonna stay on that frequency, you're gonna stay on that vibration, but the $5,000 is not what you want, right? So let's say you want $20,000. And I'm not going after something that's, you know, realistic. You know, anytime you are trying to achieve a certain level of success, a certain level of growth, you know, go after something, you know, unrealistic. You know, whether you hit it or not, it doesn't matter, but you're guaranteed better results if you go after something bigger. So let's say you want 20K per month, right? You're making 5K, you say, I don't want to make that anymore, and I'm gonna get emotionally involved with a person that's earning $20,000 per month. So what does this individual do? How does a $20,000 per month earner dress? How do they walk? How do they speak to other people? What kind of car do they drive? You know, and maybe you don't have that income right now to get that car, but maybe you can go test drive it. Maybe you can go and spend 5 minutes imagining that that car is already yours. What kind of house that you live in if you're earning $20,000 per month consistently? What kind of restaurants do you like to go eat at? You know, so what kind of contribution that you want to do to society or to your community? Those are all things that are super important Those are all things that you have to do in order for you to get on that frequency, on that vibration of a person who's earning $20,000 per month. So another few things that you can do is, you can literally close your eyes, imagine, yourself living and getting those results that you want, and stay on that vibration. Don't just go on that frequency and the vibration for a couple minutes in the morning and then you're back on a different frequency, on a different vibration for the rest of the day. Because if the majority of the day if you want to be on that frequency, if you want to achieve the $20,000, earn that $20,000, you have to stay on that frequency the majority of the day. Okay, so maybe you can do a little bit of exercise during the day, where you set a timer for 5 minutes every hour or every other hour, depending on your schedule, and just stay on that frequency, and create that habit where you're always thinking of $20,000. Now, when you do that, what happens is you set yourself, you're breaking, the cycle of achieving or creating and earning that $5,000. That's your results right now, which you don't want. So you're detaching from that. And now you're on that frequency of the person who's earning the $20,000. And by law, this has to move into form. So what's really going to happen is you're going to start getting ideas. That's number one. Okay. So through your intuition, your higher faculties, one of them is your intuition. There's 6 of them, and I'll talk about more the rest of them in another video. But if you master listening to your intuition, when you're on that frequency of earning the $20,000, you're on that vibration, you're gonna get messages. And that's basically, people say that God is speaking to you. So God is giving you, ideas on how to earn the $20,000. So what happens is, the majority of the people is, they're not really connecting with that thought that's coming to them, that's nudging them like, hey, do this, do that, go left, go right, say something, speak up, or, tell her you love her, or do this marketing. And the reason why I bring up marketing, because it depends, what kind of business you're in. If you do have your own business, like I do, marketing is a big factor in creating results. Now, not just any marketing, but certain kind of marketing. So what happens is you get those messages, and then you connect with those messages, and then you write them down. Because what happens if you don't write them down, you forget about them. So if you write those messages down, and then you follow through with taking the action steps that's necessary to move forward with those, thoughts that are coming to you by law, and depending how bad that you want the results that you're saying that you want, it has to move into form. There's no other ways about it. It has to move into form. And your biggest obstacle gonna be, and I don't like to say obstacle because I don't like to associate hard with anything, but the biggest thing that you wanna stay in control of is not going backwards, not giving up on your goal. And I'm sure you heard this a million times, but the only time that we fail is when we quit and we give up. So continue to move forward, and you're always going to be guaranteed the results that you want. Hope you like this video, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, share this video with as many people as possible, and then hit the like button. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed, beautiful day.